Welcome to ABC Interactive English. Hello everyone, I'm Karen.
And I'm Kiki. And today we are reading part 2 of our article, 24 hours of day and night.
That's right. So remember in part 1, we talked about the people in the Arctic Circle. They can experience 24 hours of day and night, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have the midnight sun, also the polar night, which means that they can experience 24 hours of daylight or nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds pretty cool.
That's right. Well, yesterday we talked about the midnight sun, which is all about experiencing daylight for the whole day. Mm-hmm. The sun doesn't go down. But what about a whole day of just darkness? Karen, can you imagine? What would you do if you lived in a place that experienced this polar night? You had no sunlight at all.
Well, I think at the beginning, it might seem very interesting because it's not something that I am familiar with. I might find it fun, but I probably wouldn't want to live in a place like that because I do enjoy, for example, like Taiwan, we have, like some hours of daytime and also nighttime for a good night's sleep.
Mm-hmm.
How about you?
Well, I think it would be fun to experience it and try it, but living somewhere like that for so long, I might get really sad because there's no sunlight.
Exactly, I would probably too, but visiting is definitely okay. Well, let's go into today's lesson and learn more about it.
During the polar night, the sun stays below the horizon, so it never rises and people get 24 hours of darkness. In some places, that goes on for almost 3 months. Also, the sky isn't completely dark. There's light from the moon and stars, as well as some from the sun. That helps people go about their daily lives.
Welcome to day 2, part 2 of our article, 24 hours of day and night.
That's right. Okay, well, let's dive into our article today. During the polar night, the sun stays below the horizon. So that means the sun will never rise, right?
That's right. So it's the opposite of what we learned yesterday. The sun is below the horizon. We don't get to see it. So it never rises, the sun, it never rises, and people get 24 hours of darkness.
That's a little bit sad, I have to say.
Yeah, because how do you know if it's time to go outside and play or it's time to stay inside and do your homework?
And how about getting some vitamin D from the sun?
Yep. Well, we have this verb here. It's arise. When something rises, it is moving from a lower place to a place above. So it is moving upwards or it is moving up. In this case, we're talking about the sun moving up from the horizon or not moving. We can't see it coming up from the horizon at all. And that's why you get total darkness.
So what does darkness mean? So darkness is a noun. So darkness means the time or place with no light, like when the sun goes down or the power goes out, making it very hard to see. An example sentence would be, the power went out and our whole house was in darkness. And I would imagine, to be like that if it's during the polar night. Right? Okay, well, let's go back to the article. In some places, that goes on for almost 3 months. And like we mentioned, it's not just for 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. It can go on for almost 3 months without any sunlight. I cannot picture that at all.
Yeah, you think about it. That is 3 months, every day, from morning to night. It is all just total darkness. So you might be walking to school in the dark.
Okay, well, how about let's go to Tina first and we'll come back and learn more.
Hi, I'm Tina. 今天来聊聊永夜这个特殊的自然现象。永夜的时候，太阳在地平线之下，所以不会升起。 24小时都是黑夜。在某些地区，这种现象甚至会持续将近3个月。我们来看一下课文里提到的单字 rise 动词，日月等行星的升起，它的三态是 rise, rose, risen。 The moon rises in the east， 月亮在东边升起。 darkness 名词，黑暗。 The darkness outside made it hard to see the path， 外面的黑暗让人难以看清小径。文法的部分提到了 go on 持续继续，大多单独使用，后面较少接受词。我们来造个例句 The concert went on for 3 hours， 演唱会持续了3个小时。 Concert 指的就是演唱会。接着我们回到课文当中。
Okay, thank you, Tina. Well, Karen, I do have some good news about polar nights.
Okay.
It's not total darkness because there is something natural that actually helps us.
Ooh, okay, that sounds good. Tell us about it.
Okay. Also, the sky isn't completely dark. There's light from the moon and stars as well as some from the sun.
Okay, so I'm glad to hear that it's not complete darkness. So we do get some light from the sun, the moon, and also the stars, and a little bit from the sun as well.
That's right. So the sun, it will kind of reflect from other places to give you some of the sunlight, but it's still not completely sun rays, shining down on you.
Okay, so I guess it's not that depressing, right? Okay, let's learn more about it. That helps people go about their daily lives. So when I say that helps people go about their daily lives, that means they can still go to work, they can still go to school and do different things, not just because, oh, it's so dark outside, because they do have some light. So they're able to go on to do different activities as well. But the sun is just not super bright like daytime.
That's right.
Okay, well, interesting fact about the polar nights. Let's go over to Tina first, and we will be right back.
即使在永夜的时候，天空也不完全是黑的，会有月光、星光和一些阳光，让人们能照常过生活。课文提到一个文法 ，Somebody goes about something， 某人做某事。指开始或继续某项日常活动、任务或挑战。我们来看看这个例句 Marcus went about his day despite the noise. 尽管有噪音 Marcus 还是继续他的日常。Despite 就是尽管。接着我们回到课文当中。
Thank you, Tina. Okay, so far in our article, we learned quite a few interesting facts about the polar nights. We know that it's not complete darkness. We do get some sun, or we do get some light from the moon, stars, and a little bit from the sun as well. And people are able to go on and do their things in their daily lives as well. So it's actually probably not that bad, right? Okay, well, let's go to the second part of our article first, and we will be right back.
Even so, the darkness can affect people's sleep and mood. To fix that, they use special lamps. They also look forward to the return of the sun.
Welcome back to part 2 of our article. Okay, let's get straight into it. Even so, the darkness can affect people's sleep and mood. So here we're still talking about the polar night. And of course, you're thinking, okay, if we're spending all day in the darkness, how does that affect people and their life?
That's right. So what does it mean by affect?
Okay, so we have the verb affect here. Now, don't confuse it with this other word that sounds similar, effect. It starts with an E. This word affect with an A, it means to cause something or to influence something to change. So for example, we're talking about darkness here. If we are thinking, oh, I'm living in total darkness, that might affect my mood. That might make me sad. Whereas if we have effect with an E, that's the cause of something. That's when something happens and then it's the result of something to happen.
That's right. So effect with an E is actually a noun and affect is a verb,
That's right.
And then I think so. It would definitely affect my sleep and mood as well. Because I know whenever I see sun, I'm always very happy. But if I don't see sun for so long, I might get really depressed or sad as well.
Or you might just feel really tired because sometimes the sun really helps us wake up, right?
Exactly. Okay, well, let's go over to Tina first and we will be right back.
即使有月光、星光，甚至偶尔能见到阳光，长时间的黑夜仍然可能影响人们的睡眠和心情。我们来看一下单字 affect 动词指的就是影响。The bad weather affected the soccer game. 恶劣的天气影响了足球比赛。文法的部分提到了 even so， 尽管如此，大多放在句首，并且以逗号与后面的句子隔开。我们来看看这个例句 Kevin made a mistake. Even so, he did well on the test. Kevin 犯了一个错误，尽管如此，他还是考得很好。接着我们回到课文当中。
Thank you, Tina. And now we are back. So we're talking about how the darkness might affect people's sleep and also mood. So I think they do have a solution. So to fix that problem, that's what we're talking about. They use special lamps. Oh, they use special lamps that can fix the problems so people wouldn't be so much affected by, the darkness. So what is a lamp? That is a noun. A lamp basically is a device that makes light using either electricity, oil, or gas, often sitting on a table or floor to help you see in the dark, like when you're reading or playing at night. An example sentence would be, Mom turned on the lamp next to my bed so I could finish my drawing. Okay, so I guess they do have a clever way of solving their problem, right? People don't want to be sad all the time. And of course, they need a good night's sleep.
Right. And I've heard of these special lamps that actually changes brightness or according to what the sun would be like, let's say at noon, the sun might be shining really bright and right down at you. So the light would be just as bright. And maybe let's say it goes on to the evening, it might get a little bit warmer. So the light will turn a little bit more orange.
Okay.
So it actually helps mimic or pretend to be the sun for places like this.
That is so smart.
Okay, let's continue. They also look forward to the return of the sun.
Of course.
Oh, I can imagine. They might get really excited knowing that the polar winters are starting to end and the sun is going to come back, and they'll get really excited when it returns. Okay, here we have the noun return. What does return mean? It means to come back, or sometimes you are bringing something to give back to someone or put something back into its original place.
That's right. Okay, well, I guess that's very, very, a clever idea. So then people are looking forward to the sun coming back. Although we're going to experience darkness, we have the special lamp to help us. And also the sun, they're looking forward to the sun coming back again. Okay, let's go over to Tina first and we will be right back.
人们会使用特殊灯具来应对永夜，并期待太阳再次升起。特殊灯具指的是太阳灯。太阳灯具有不同的模式，可模拟弱到强的日光，让人就像是在阳光下生活。我们来看看这个单字 lamp 名词台灯。David turned on the lamp before reading his book. David 在看书前打开了台灯。Return 名词回归。The return of spring brings new flowers to the garden. 春天的回归为花园带来了新的花朵。接着我们回到课文当中。
Well, Karen, I've always been really fascinated by midnight sun or polar nights because I think I really would like to experience that one day. But what are some of the things, what do you think people can do during those times?
Well, out of curiosity, I actually did a little bit of research because I was curious myself as well. I was like, if it's so dark at night with a little bit of light, what can you do? What kind of activities can we have? Well, there's actually quite a few. Some people, they can go sledding, snowshoeing, and they even have bonfire dinners too. So, there are a lot of things, although it's dark outside, but people are very creative. They come up with really good ideas where they can still spend their time and enjoy themselves during the dark time.
And you know what? I think something I would learn from if I lived in places in the Arctic Circle where they would experience this, I think I would learn to appreciate the sun and the moon so much more.
Exactly. I agree with you 100%. Okay, we hope you enjoyed our lesson on Arctic Circle and 24 hours of daylight and also nighttime. So let's review the article again and we'll see you guys next time.
During the polar night, the sun stays below the horizon, so it never rises and people get 24 hours of darkness. In some places, that goes on for almost 3 months. Also, the sky isn't completely dark. There's light from the moon and stars, as well as some from the sun. That helps people go about their daily lives. Even so, the darkness can affect people's sleep and mood. To fix that, they use special lamps. They also look forward to the return of the sun.
我们来复习一下这一课的重点单字跟文法。单字的部分 ，rise 动词，日月等行星的升起 ；darkness 名词，黑暗 ；affect 动词，影响 ；lamp 名词，台灯。Return 名词回归，文法的部分 Go on 持续继续。Nobody expected the meeting to go on for so long. 没有人料到那场会议会开那么久。Somebody goes about something. 某人做某事。Vivi went about her work during the earthquake. Vivi 在地震期间还在做她手边的工作。Even so 尽管如此。I have the money. Even so, I wouldn't waste it on this. 我有那些钱，尽管如此，我不会浪费钱买这个。以上是今天的讲解，同学们别走开，马上回来哟。
Hi everyone, today we're going to take you to National Kaohsiung Center for the Arts, Weiwuying. Now there are so many things to check out here, indoor halls, and there's also the Banyan Plaza. Now a plaza is a public square in a city or town. So I remember back in where I'm from in North America, you can see plazas everywhere. So you would drive your car into the plaza and you can see lots of restaurants, shops, and also stores. It's a great place for you to walk around, sit and have a cup of coffee, and enjoy your time with friends. Okay, well, let's check out this great place called Weiwuying. The National Kaohsiung Center for the Arts, Weiwuying, is next to the Weiwuying Metropolitan Park in Fengshan District, Kaohsiung City. The center has many indoor halls. There is the Opera House, Playhouse, Recital Hall, and Concert Hall. The Banyan Plaza is a semi-outdoor public place. Walking around there is like walking under the large trees. The outdoor theater stretches from the ground to the roof. People can watch a show and enjoy the park in the big city. The National Kaohsiung Center for the Arts, Weiwuying, has created an art and leisure space. Now, I hope you guys really enjoyed learning about National Kaohsiung Center for the Arts today. It's definitely a combination of art and leisure space. So don't forget to go there with your friends, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.